Yes, in the spirit of Christmas, we had to look for a very cool Christmas, take on a very modern take on the Christmas classic just for you. Thank you so much for joining us today on the program Random Things. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas is the day we've been waiting for, and it's finally here. Thank God we are alive. All right, so of course, on Random Things, we always have a random question for you. But before I get to that, today we have a very, very important guest. He's popular. He's well known. He's a legend in his own right. Um, but I let's see if you can guess who it is. Nnaemeka Ugochukwu Onusiriuka. I hope I got the name right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for me. Okay, so if that name didn't ring a bell, he goes by the name Mekoyo. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
being here.
thanks. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. So he's a music producer, artist, and multi instrumentalist. I'm sure once people hear the name Mekoyo, they
Mm-hmm.
already go to one thing straight away. All right. So, but we'll be getting to the questions for him in a bit. Once again, the question for today is, all right. Yes, our random question for today rather is, if you could get a day with Santa, what would you ask for? If you could get a day with Santa, what would you ask for? And in case you don't know who I am Makcit, of course, the Purple Diva, your host for today. Now you can drop your comments in the comment section of this video. And if you have questions for Mekoyo as well, you can drop those as the show progresses. Now to you, Mekoyo. Welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for honoring it. I mean, it's a holiday. You should be with family. And I
Mm-hmm.
guess that's why you brought your family with you to the studio. Yes, he came with his kids, his wife. Beautiful family, by the way. All right, so first of all, I can't get over the disparity between your real name, your birth name, and Mekoyo.
Yeah.
I can't see the connection. How
Okay.
did you get the name Mekoyo?
Okay. When I was in school, where I was fellowship I was attending, Binding Word Fellowship.
Okay.
So I had a set of friends. Instead of them to say bless you, they want to not say bless all of you. They say bless all your.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
Okay.
from there, Emeka now became Mekoyo. So we
Okay.
had
So the Meg
Nobu. Nobu
from
was Noboyo. Osaho was
oh
Osoyo. We're all answering Oyo,
Oyo
Oyo, Oyo.
Oyo.
So I
Okay.
was one that now used it as
Use
my
the
musical name.
okay. So the others, none of their stock.
No, no,
None
not
of theirs
really.
are just
No, but
yours.
whenever we see, they know they give me the name.
Okay, that's quite unique. I
Yeah.
like it. I mean, the things that come out of our own
Mm-hmm.
creativity.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure most people like don't even probably remember. Like people that have met you as McCoy, don't even know what your real name is.
No, many don't.
Many don't, right?
Mm.
But do you feel any way about it, or you're just
No,
accustomed to it?
no, it's a brand name.
I mean, it's big enough, so it doesn't
Uh,
matter, right?
but some know it's Emeka. I don't know how they know. Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
interesting.
Even though they don't know the full names, but they just know it came from Emeka.
Emeka.
So I don't know
Ah,
how those ones know, but
interesting.
yeah.
All right, so most people probably remember you as a producer,
Yeah.
or they know you as a producer.
Yeah.
But I mean, from your profile, we know you're an artist, you're a multi instrumentalist. I mean, most producers are multi instrumentalists.
Yeah.
But so just tell us about what you do. Which one came first for you?
Playing instruments came first.
First, oh, okay,
In the church, I had to. My dad always had a band
okay,
growing up, and then my church too. I was in the choir and the band also.
yeah,
So I was singing in the choir, but mostly it's an Anglican church,
okay, so
mostly classical music and all, And then when the band came up, I was not playing instruments for the band, So that was when we now started making soundtracks from a keyboard, trying to make sounds. Then while in the band, I started singing too.
Okay.
In the band, that's when I developed the art of singing. So the song, but I kind of like had passion more for producing.
For producing. Okay, so till now, that's your passion. That's your first love.
Yeah, it is. Till now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys. Okay, so guys, if you're just joining us, this is Random Things on Click Niger Internet Radio. Our guest today is Nnaemeka Ugochukwu Onusiriuka, aka Mekoyo.
Yeah.
All right. So if you have any questions for him, you can drop it in the comment section of this video. But remember, this is Random Things, and we always have a random question for you. The question today is, if you could get a day with Santa, what would you ask for? Okay, so now it's your turn, Mekoyo, to answer this question. If you could get a day with Santa, what would you ask for?
Well, I'll ask him to grant my kids' wishes.
Oh, oh my God, that's so sweet, guys. Like my heart is thumping with warm thoughts. That's awesome. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So like, okay, now about your kids. How has fatherhood been for you?
It's been fun.
It's been fun, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
fun.
like let's
Tough and fun.
how many kids do you have? I mean, I know how many kids, but let them know how many kids you have.
Yeah, 4.
You have 4 kids.
Yeah.
Two girls,
2 girls, 2
2 boys.
guys. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, what's the most interesting thing about being a father so far?
Um, Growing up, watching them grow to start asking you questions, to start seeing how they think.
Oh,
When they're very little and they don't talk, you're trying to know what's in this child's mind.
mine.
So when the child now starts growing up and starts talking to you, you start noticing that. There are times my wife will call me and say the kid said this. I'll tell her no, I don't think that's possible. Until the day I spend one on one with them,
There one day.
and they now pop up that kind of like, can these people think this deep? So that mystery
Okay,
of seeing them
grow
and
and
unfold. Yeah.
evolve. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so guys, for some people have dropped their answers here. Afi Basi says, I've known Mekoyo since before Style Plus, but didn't know he's a Mecca. Well done, Makcit Purple Diva. Thank you, Afi. Okay, so at least someone that didn't know. Ralia Adama says, that's interesting with the name. Yeah, I mean, of course, that one. So guys, you can still drop your questions for him if you have any, or answer our own question. And our question for today is, what would you ask Santa if you had a day with Santa? What would you ask for? Okay, that's simply it. So you can answer in the comment section. All right. So now, for those who don't know, I mean, if except you're living under a rock and you don't know this song by Style Plus, let us play it for you so you can catch a glimpse of it. Okay. I think it's already playing. So let's do Okay, just a tidbit there. All right, so this track, how did the making of this track, of this beat come up? What inspired it?
Um, Funny thing is that they were working with Sunki in
That's Style Plus. Huh?
yes in Samodu's studio
Okay.
while I was working in a studio called Sea Mountain. Then a guy called the Capo, we featured him then in the remix. Told them, you guys, as a guy, I feel you guys need to work with. He works in a social studio. He created a connect. They came to the studio to see me, and then we just talked about it like, let's do this song. And they started singing the song, and voila.
Okay, so they already had a melody.
Of course, they wrote the song.
They wrote the song. They had the melody.
Shifu plays the guitar. Tunde is the producer. So
oh, okay. So
they already have ideas before they even come.
that's interesting.
They have ideas.
Okay.
You can't just play. They will tell you. They'll give you an idea of the progression. They will actually play it on the guitar. That is left for you to develop it.
That actually makes the work much easier too for the producer.
Of course.
It even helps your creative juices
of course,
too.
Of course.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I mean, no wonder I love Style Plus. I used to be like, and that's the first Nigerian group or even artist as a whole that I fell in love with. I had a major crush on Zeal.
Yeah.
Yes, major. But anyway, yeah, that's good. But so this track, how was it for you when this track blew? Did you know it was that good? Like honestly,
you
knew it was good.
Yeah, I knew it was different.
Okay.
I knew it was different. It wasn't the normal. It was. I was very proud of the song. After producing it. Yeah. So when it started hitting the limelight, I wasn't shocked at all.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's just that the speed at which it went
was
what was shocking. Because I was still in school then, university. Okay. When I went back to school, I would not be passing people looking at me and say, that's the guy. I'm like, what's going on? So I didn't even know the song had gotten popular while I was in school.
Okay.
So the people started telling me, oh, they want one song. So that you produce them.
All right.
So the speed was very alarming.
Okay. But okay, so compared to you want to say something?
Yeah, because then I had produced other songs that were popular, but more of like all these gospel medleys, all these non-stop songs they play in luxurious buses.
Okay.
I produced several of that, so I knew those whole marketing process, but never really done a contemporary song that wasn't like gospel.
Okay.
Because
So
those ones were
so this was
majorly,
your first
yeah, this was
main
my
secular
circular break.
Okay.
I had done some before this one,
but
this one was kind of exceptional when I did
okay.
it. Yeah.
All right. But okay, looking now at this track, the production quality of this track,
Yeah.
and the music we have now
Yeah.
in Nigeria,
Yeah.
would you say there's let's say a decline, an increase, a huge difference in the music production?
There's still something about that particular sound.
Okay.
A lot of things have improved. Like we have more sophisticated software to actually use now.
True.
Things have gotten compressed. Are no longer as bulky as they were. But you see, the funny thing about sound is that back in the day, we were more into like analog than little digital.
Okay.
So these softwares that I'm making now are only emulating the analog feel, trying to bring that analog feel into the digital space.
Okay.
So, but back then now we're using the real analog stuff. So to actually beat that sound, it's not a joke.
Okay.
Yeah, because then all the compressors we have as plugins now, we did them real time.
Yeah.
Plugging the cables, limiting everything, maximizing was cables. And then the raw sound from, I don't have to explain it. So no, now they have emulated those stuff, we now tweak from the computer. Okay. So there's this feel I still don't get, but with some, like the plugins called UAD plugins now.
Okay.
They are close to, they came very close to that analog feel.
Sound. Okay.
So like now what I do is sometimes I have to do some analog things to compensate to get that quality, because it still has a sound that I can't explain.
Okay.
Till date, yeah.
All right. So so far you've been based in Abuja.
Yeah. Sure.
So you call yourself an Abuja artist, let's just say. Okay. So what do you see as the major difference between the Lagos entertainment scene and Abuja scene? I mean, even Style Plus 2 for the longest time remained in Abuja. And some people would have said maybe, oh, they would have done better if they'd gone to Lagos, for instance. So, but what do you see as the major difference between the Lagos entertainment scene and Abuja entertainment scene?
For me, personally, I don't really see any much difference apart from the fact that some major media houses that you wouldn't necessarily use for promotions or branded themselves in that quote to say we are the major.
Music, okay, they are major promoters.
It's a psych. It's a mental psych. So people just believe that, I don't want to name names now. This station, if you put your video in this station, you will go popular. Okay. What makes you think that the other station in Abuja cannot make you make popular? So I think it's a psychological play, a mind game that Lagos is playing on Abuja or playing in other states. Yeah. Okay. Because if you brand yourself properly and decide to take over and give people the impression that, see, if you come on my program, it's a boom for you. Try to grow your fan base. So that's the mindset that these guys are using. So they now all just kind of synergize and work together. Say, see, if you bring up, I go play. If you bring, I go play. Yeah. All of them now synergize. So it now looks like they are close to
not like Lagos now.
But the funny thing now is that the internet has spoiled it, because with the internet you can be anywhere and do what you want to do.
You can self-promote.
So I don't really believe you must be anywhere. Right? All those stories, because I'm saying, I go to Lagos sometimes. So people tell me, if you're in Lagos, they say you did Lagos. If you don't big pass as you did now. I now look at the person that is telling me that thing. I'm like, are you not in Lagos? What's happening to you?
Never be.
Why are you not big? I'm not telling, okay, me, I'm in Abuja. I can't sleep. I don't sleep. I work every day. Yeah. Backlog of jobs I have not finished. Okay, how will I finish those ones and now have to go to Lagos to start doing Lagos one?
True.
Then people still come from Lagos all over the world to come to me, all over the internet from wherever to come to me, and I'm still in Abuja. I've not moved.
True. Okay.
So I just think it's for you to just discover your area of strength and where you feel like staying. I like the Abuja city. I can't stay in Lagos for any amount of money.
I mean, Lagos. People.
So I visit Lagos. Yeah. I synergize myself with the industry people there. To get, it's good to plug yourself in and know them, but doesn't mean that I have to live there to make it. No. I've seen people who have lived there for more than 10 years and they are still struggling in Lagos. Why some just leave Abuja the next time they go to Lagos and they make it?
True.
So I don't know. I think if you're going to make it, you're going to make it if you're good.
Okay. So just now back to your family again. Yeah. I visited your Facebook page before the show, and I saw videos of your daughter. I mean, it says
Mm.
my daughter. The post read my
Mm.
daughter
Mhm.
getting ready to go to South Africa for
Mm.
this, for that,
Mhm.
and then I saw another video of her doing gymnastics.
Mhm.
Tell me about that. I asked you before the show. She's
Yeah.
actually here though,
Yeah.
but just tell me about that.
Yeah, she's a rare talent that we just discovered. When she was very little, she was just squeezing her leg on her head, and then we didn't want
Okay.
we were beating her thinking that she
It
was
was
trying to injure herself.
mm,
So we didn't know she was visiting YouTube, seeing some stuff. So we now found out it was gymnastics. So I had to now register her properly in TIG gymnastics, and the speed at which she grew, she just had an inborn talent for it, and she carried her other siblings along. So
oh,
they're also
okay.
doing gymnastics too.
So when did she
Uh,
start? She's 10 now. You
she's
said
10 now. I think she started, I'm not, what, start at the age of
seven.
7.
7. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And she's gone to for international
Yes,
competitions and
she
stuff.
went one gold medal for Nigeria and South Africa. Yeah.
Really? That you
She's.
deserve a clap. You deserve a clap. We'll definitely have to come and watch you sometime. Will you invite us? Okay, so that's awesome. All right, guys, this is still random things right here. My name is Makcit Rindap. In the studio with me today is Nnaemeka Ugochukwu Onusiriuka. I have to think about it, aka Mekoyo, in case you didn't get that. All right, and of course, today our random question is: if you could get a day with Santa, what would you ask for? You can still drop your responses in the comment section, and if you have a question for Mekoyo, you can also drop that. All right, in the comment section. We'll be rounding up in a bit, but before we go, I have maybe 1 or 2 questions for you still. Now, so this Christmas time, considering the upheavals that came with 2020, what kept you going?
I discovered that there's power in the internet from this
Okay.
period
Mm.
when I couldn't move and I was still connected to the world. And my work kept moving on normal. Like
Like it, no, nothing.
it was even more busy for me because people were now sending me files all over the internet. So some clients have discovered that they don't need to come to the studio anymore.
And okay, they could
They could
always
just
just
send you a voice note to make a soundtrack. You send to them the voice over there. They send you their
send it
voice
back.
in mix, and you send them their master. So
Wow.
now everything is working remotely, and it made me really maximize the potential of using the internet to do your work. So it actually is a breakthrough.
Okay. So what lessons now would you say you're taking from this year into 2021 by God's grace?
Yeah, the lessons I have learned now is to watch your hygiene. Very, very key now.
Yes, yes.
Some things we used to neglect before. We found out are really hazardous to our health, which I have learned. And I've also learned to believe that the world is a smaller place than it used to be because of the internet.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, but considering the fact that now we can all be connected.
You can easily
Even
you can be anything.
okay, all right. Thank you so much,
Yeah, thank you for
Mekoyo.
having
Thank you
me.
for being here.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is where we say goodbye to you. And for past editions of the program, you can head on to our Facebook page, Click Niger. We have videos there and other interesting things. Or you can check us out on other social media platforms. On Twitter, we are Click Niger1. On Instagram and YouTube, we are Click Niger. Thank you so much, guys, for being part of our 2020. I mean, this year, Click Niger wouldn't have been without you. I mean, this is the last edition of the show for this year. So we hope to see you again on Random Things next year. My name is Makcit Rindap, and thanks to our guest again, Mekoyo Nnaemeka
Ugochukwu
Onus.
Onusiriuka.
Thank you, and thank you to the family too for being here. You're all awesome, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so have a wonderful Christmas. I mean, it's Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Same to you.
All right, guys.